Hello. Guess what? It's not broken. And it's even still got all the spline pads on it. It's fixed. Not dead. Everything was broken. Is what was broken. Literally everything. So in the end, what I had to do is I actually had to roll back my entire OMSI installation by a day. I don't know how, but it had broken beyond just the scenery objects and the tile files. Yeah, it was thoroughly broken. I've already checked and everything is fine. So I'm just going to get back to work. We've got work to do. Yeah, OMSI went nope and broke everything. Like, it was super broken. It wasn't just slightly broken, it actually destroyed the entire map. Like, I was getting map.translate errors. Things were jumping around, things were appearing from one tile to the other tile. Like, everything was completely going nuts. Oh, God, yeah. I just wonder how much this kind of shit Reese has had to put up with. But yeah, it's back. Normally, I try to start about midday. Because that gives me time to wake up and get ready. But gives me plenty of day to work on it. But yeah, so the thing that we did last time, before everything broke, was we pathed all of that. And we did all the road markings for this. Except for these dashes here, but I'll do those at some other point. I don't know when. So yeah, the aim at the moment is just to make as much of the pathing as possible. So I'm basically trying to finish all of the roads, and then I will go in and fill in the scenery. So the next bit after doing this is going to be to path up this bit here. Turn this into a junction and path that. And then do the same to this bit here, and then do the same to this bit, and then do the same to those. Like, actually, I should be able to just take that and share it between these. I don't know. I'll work it out. And then turn this into a junction, and this is already a junction, so that's fine. These are all already junctions, so they'll be fine. And then, once I've done this road, basically the entirety of the town itself has got the roads done. The other thing I was going to do today was I was going to see if I can write a little tool to optimize some of the textures a little bit better. Because it turns out that if you have multiple objects sharing a texture from a folder, I made the bus stop markings by using Roadhog's bus stop marking prefab. There you go. But yeah, so if you share a texture from a normal texture folder, it turns out that that doesn't actually get shared in video memory. There's actually multiple copies of it in video memory. So what I was going to do, since I'm making so many junctions, is I'm going to move those textures into the shared textures folder, because textures in the shared textures folder are actually shared. So that's not going to make much sense, but it'll save some video memory and stop you getting crashes and out of texture errors. That's all you need to know. Okay, and I also need to fix that, because that is not right. Why is that not right? It's just the height, isn't it? Slightly too high. And this bit, for some reason, is curved backwards. That's odd, because I lined that up properly as far as I know in the model file. But apparently not. So it looks like I'm going to have to duplicate this across. Yeah, that's odd. Look, it's sort of curved backwards slightly. That's weird. Don't know how that's happened. Let me just check that the other piece has the paths lined up in the right place. So I don't really want to get rid of that, because that's going to break stuff if I get rid of it. Well, it's just exactly that long. Yeah, so this bit's fine. Okay, that's fine then. So it is just this bit, which is for some reason too low as well. Wait. Yeah, it's too low. This is really weird. I just fill that. Yes, I did. Hello. Yeah, after fixing this junction, and it is back. The map is back. It is no longer broken. It was the heckin' big broken. Like it was a very big broken. But it isn't anymore. So it looks like I'm going to need to do some editing to that bit. Everything happened to it. OMSI ate it alive. I actually had to roll back the entire... Oh. Apparently I've deleted the OMSI SDK piece that I need. I actually had to roll back the entire OMSI install by a day. Like, just fixing the scenery object didn't fix the map. Deleting the broken tile didn't fix the map, so I had to roll back the entire thing entirely. Entire. How many copies of entire can I get into this sentence? And then I just pieced together the bits that I had missing from the... Oh shit, steering wheel with pedals. Holy fuck. Living the good life. Yeah. Yeah, from earlier reports, the 4GB patch is very useful for London, but I still would advise against it. Just generally. Though the 4GB patch is now also available on Fellersville. Like, we got permission from the original creator to host it. Right, so yeah, the 4GB patch is questionable because it wasn't designed for OMSI. OMSI wasn't designed for it. I have experienced problems with it, and there are known issues with it, like the black bus issue. Come on, calculator, wakey wakey. Oh, I think it's out of battery. Yeah, that is a dead calculator. Just have to use this, which is more annoying to use. Yeah. Yes, that is a problem with the 4GB patch. OMSI, or it's not a problem with the 4GB patch, it's a problem with OMSI. The 4GB patch it allows OMSI to address more than 2GB of memory, but OMSI doesn't know what to do with more than 2GB of memory. And there are certain parts of it which are hard-coded to work with 2GB of memory. That's just a problem with using too much memory. Basically, OMSI is a program written as if it was 2004, when computers only had 2GB of memory and people didn't try to use 4K textures. This is the thing. People try to use 4K textures in OMSI, as if OMSI has somehow become capable of using 4K textures at some point in the last 10 years. It has not. OMSI cannot handle 4K textures, or not in quantity anyway. OMSI can address 2GB of RAM. It is a 32-bit application. Hello. There you go. A single 4K texture takes up 16 megabytes of video memory. What do you regret? Do you regret joining the stream to hear me ranting about 4GB? Oh, he subbed the big simp. Sorry, I've got my sound turned off. The big simp. the double simp. Yeah, the problem is just OMSI cannot handle more than 2 gigabytes of RAM. If you give it the 4 gigabyte patch, it can sort of handle more than 2 gigabytes of RAM, except that while it's able to address it, OMSI itself does not know how to handle it. So as far as DirectX knows, DirectX becomes happy. DirectX is the API which sits between OMSI and the graphics card. OMSI talks to the graphics card through DirectX. DirectX knows how to handle more than 4 gigabytes or more than 2 gigabytes of RAM. So that becomes happy and you no longer run out of texture memory. The problem is, OMSI itself does not know how to handle more than 4 gigabytes of memory. So OMSI runs into new and interesting issues, such as the black bus problem. Yeah, that problem is just, it doesn't have any more RAM available. The only thing you can do with that is ask the creators to be better and not try to make maps that don't work in OMSI because of OMSI's inherent limitations. Anyway, I'm trying to do some basic trigonometry. I would generally not recommend the 4 gigabyte patch. Okay, 10 to the minus 1 of 2.2813 divided by 6.086 closed bracket. 0.02 radians probably. Are you working in degrees or radians? It never tells you. That's 6,086. Well done. 6.086. There you go. 20.548 degrees. That's the number we were after. 180 minus 20.548 203 159.45. Right, and now what we need to do is we're going to have to delete these paths because they're not going to line up anymore. There we go. So I don't really like that going through there like that, so I'm actually going to delete that. Hang on, no, I'm going to make this nicer, I'm going to saw this junction in half. Yeah, we're working quite hard, or rather, at the moment, Nathan and Reese are working quite hard. We're working quite hard to make it not necessary. As it wouldn't be great to require a third-party add-on. Nope. No, I didn't. I rolled back my OMSI installation by a day. If you're doing that, you can't use somebody else's model unless you've got permission to. Also, this bit over here, I'm just going to get around this by only having pedestrians cross in one direction. There will be pedestrians that cross here. It'll be fine. I mean, the alternative is just to duplicate this. No, I don't. OMSI caused it. Hang on. What I could actually do, so I could create a new path here with the same length as this, but in reverse. That's going to be a bit awkward, but we'll try it. And we'll see if it works. If you're using somebody else's model, then you're stealing their work if you haven't asked for it. At one point it was going to come with a Sataro. Speaking of which, I've got my speakers on just gently humming at me. Because there's no music! Because of the goddamn DMCA. Or rather, not because of the DMCA, because of people abusing the DMCA. Oh, railroad, yes. Trains. We're going to have trains on here. Yes. But then I'll just have to turn the sound off for you altogether. Because obviously you've got the amazing sounds of gameplay going on right now. Now look at this gameplay. I love this gameplay. This is my favourite kind of gameplay. I'm pretty sure they do. I think I read that somewhere. Is if you're testing London, you have to be doing it 24/7. Testing London is your life now. I mean, that means it's my life now too. Hello.
Hello. Farthington. All still working okay?
Yep, I've managed to find a copy of the junction which works and still has all the paths there but none of the traffic lights.
Okay, that's good stuff.
Just adjusting some bits and bobs to... I've just realised why that isn't going to work, because pedestrians are going to get halfway across and then they're going to... Okay, I'm going to do the...
And they're going to get killed.
Yep, that's the plan. But yeah, I think something which might have affected it might have been changing some of the paths after starting to do the traffic lights. I don't know if that would affect it, but it might, and just anything that might break it is something that I'm going to try to avoid. Ooh. Not quite. I don't see why that should break it, but... How are you? What is your Discord name? Okay, that's annoying. This is just going to be annoying. No, go on. I'm curious. So if you are testing the route, if you're testing the route 159, then you must be Dave, Nathan, Ross, Steve, BTV, or Jack. So which one of those are you? Those are your only options. Dave. Really, these two should not conflict, but whatever. There is one imposter among us. Yep. Absolutely. Leon was the imposter. See, I still think you're smurfing. Clearly smurfing. Right, let's see. Is it unbroken? It's not broken. Let's check the spline path, see if it's the latest version. It is the latest version. Superb. That's what we like to see. It's not broken. Okay, what I'm going to do now, so I don't have to roll back the entire thing later, is I'm going to wrap this up. Just in case. No, I wasn't. I never use it. Right, so now we have to do the traffic lights that we did yesterday again. So that's the part that we are going to have to do again. Yep. Yes, it was an unmodified OMSI fuck up. The only thing I'm doing which isn't standard is I have a symlink to my installation. That's it. I mean, he might be. He might actually be Jack. Like, I've never communicated with Jack. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I think I have a total of 1 command on my channel right now, unless I've forgotten to turn the other ones off. Okay, so it's still working. And this time, this piece over here should line up when I jam it on. There we go, no more holes. Not broken. Command custom. Get rid of that one. Get rid of that one. Yeah, there you go. The only command is uptime. That's it. Yar har fiddle-dee dee, you are a pirate. Ah, yes. You're so busy testing the 159 that you couldn't possibly even respond to messages in a Twitch chat. How many bugs have you reported? Right, anyway, traffic lights. That's what we're doing. We're not interrogating pirates here. We're making traffic lights. He back. Right, so we were working. There's no way you're 5 minutes early. Isn't the 159 one of the routes that people are saying is having timetable issues? Like they're all behind on. Let's have a look. Yeah, 3 minutes late by there. 16 minutes late by the end. 10 minutes late by the end. Yep. Right, so this needs to spend 2 seconds going yellow, red to green, then let's call it 15 seconds of 15 seconds of green, and that's green with filter, I reckon. So these two filters can be active at the same time. So number 7 is green with filter. And then I need 3 seconds of yellow, green to red, but with the filter still green. So, new phase, 3 seconds long, yellow, red to green. New phase. 2 seconds long. Then this is going to be green for 15 seconds. I'm just going to make my life easy and just time it like that. So then this is just green, 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 then 15 more seconds of green, and then we have 3 seconds of yellow, green to red. Okay. Yep, 23 hours this weekend. Unfortunately, I'm not sure Strat Roulette is going to work because the stints in the car we're using are so long. They're 90 minutes and the tyres are gone by the end. So it's not like in the LMP2 where there'd be plenty of time to do... Look, I'm pretty sure you're just lying. I'm really pretty sure that you're just lying at this point. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Dodgy Dave. Plus 3 plus 2 is 15 seconds. Okay, my brain is not doing the thing apparently. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 17 seconds. Jesus Christ. You would not know that I did a mathematical degree, would you? Yellow, red to green. A new phase, 15 seconds long. Green with green filter. Dodgy Dave. But this needs to be red with green filter. So I'm assuming that when a when a light with a filter attached goes red, I'm assuming that as soon as the yellow comes on, the filter goes off. Oh. Hang on, I've just realised I can't have that filter green at the same time as that being green. I can have the two filters green at the same time, but I can't have a filter green at the same time as an opposing flow. So, Jack, what are your other roles on the London team? You've got two of them. It's just a little test to check that you're who you say you are. What are your two other roles? Oh yeah, so he has. Oh, okay, right. Which is which? Which of the Jacks is which? Who's the other Jack? Yeah, no, none of the Jacks is a developer. Like, nice guess. But you are just lying. You are lying out of your arse. Lying will only get you so far. Shall I just have the filters green at the same time as the main lane? Do you reckon that's just going to make my life easier? Because while I have the paths set up to be able to have the filters running opposing, yeah, he's got to go and fix the bugs. while I've got the paths set up to have the filters running opposing, they'd have to run separately to these, and I think it's going to be best just to have them all green at once. So actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this phase. There we go. I like how it asks if you want to delete the actual traffic light phase. No, not just any traffic light phase, but the actual traffic light phase. So that's going to be 17 and 17, isn't it? Yeah, no, not the theoretical traffic light phase, the actual traffic light phase. Okay, so thing one, we're going to test if it's broken it just to add traffic lights to the junction. Then we're going to actually assign them to paths. Yes, the complex traffic light phase. It's not broken. It's not broken. Yeah, the simplest thing to do with this junction is just to have the four sides run individually. But I think what I'll... Thinking about it, there is something better I could do than that. Because I could have these two going simultaneously. So I can have the two crossways ones going simultaneously. And then I can have the two sideways ones going simultaneously. No, that has the same overall effect. It would just be nice to be able to actually use some of the filters, instead of just having it all green, all green, all green, all green. But if I just do them all green, all green, all green, all green, then it'll work and I don't need to think about it and I can get on with something else. So that's what we're going to do. He just happened to have to go as soon as he was called out for just bullshitting. Why do people do that? I don't understand what they intend to gain from it. Because, like, you're obviously lying. Like, I can see all of this information which you are claiming to be true. I don't understand what the gain could be. Like, are you just trying to show off? No. You trying to seem more important? I just don't get it. Nope, nope. It's gonna be a long ass wait. I mean, he's not going to get secrets because if he's already on the team, he knows the secrets. I just don't understand. And then I'm going to need to extend the phase. So. Oh. Because when you make a new phase, it doesn't switch to that phase. Pedestrians. New. 68 seconds long. You are going to be sitting there a long time waiting for things to cross. Yeah. Yep. Let's give the pedestrians 15 seconds to cross. So, 68. Oh. There we go. Well, that's 5 seconds. That's not enough. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to give them 2 more seconds. Right, so now save that. Now we're going to load the map again and see if it broke. I mean, I don't want to be mean to people because, like, it seems like the guy has some problems, difficulties perhaps, but just straight up lying. Like, I don't understand what the gain is, so that didn't break it. Cool. Just check that we're actually working on the correct version of it. Yeah, see, you're joking, but he's trying to actually convince people. Yeah, there we go. I am working on the correct version. Right, so now I need to actually assign traffic light phases to things. Traffic lights, pedestrians, pedestrians, pedestrians. You know what would make life so much easier? Bezier splines. Just imagine just being able to click, drag, there you go, there's your path, and not having to guesstimate to get every single piece in exactly the right place. Well, that's all the pedestrian phases. Ramsey Road southbound. Ramsey A1123 eastbound. Ramsey Road northbound. That was southbound. Northbound. Northbound. And St Audrey Lane westbound. Okay, that is now assigned. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, still not broken. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so I did place all the traffic lights after the junction. That's a good start. I was worried for a moment there because I thought, have I had to delete and replace this junction? Yeah, but that's hardly the biggest thing coming out this December. Oh, did I just parent that to a different traffic light? I just parented the junction to itself? I mean, it is pretty freaking huge. And after parenting all these, I'm going to need to parent them to the correct phase. Okay, that's all of them. Don't think there was another one here facing this way, was there? Let me check. There might have been. No, there isn't. It does! It's weird, isn't it? Oh, I'm sure I have. Yeah. So Ramsey Road southbound, so those ones don't need changing. These ones are number 4. That's the sound of the dog getting out of the bath. Wriggle, 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 kaboom. Shake, shake, shake. Ah, this one's not parented. Yep. I just parented it to a post. Parent it to that, please. Wouldn't it be great if you could just set this in a text box here instead of having to do this? Because then you could just click on them and see, is this parented or not? Also, I'm going to have to set the approach distance again, aren't I? Well, actually, no, I shouldn't have to, because for pedestrians, an approach distance of 0 is fine, because they should queue exactly at the edge, and until they've got there, they shouldn't press the button. The button. God, this bit's a mess. At least with the system I've decided on, this is a pretty easy easy set of lights to set up. I'm sure that this lane has a separate filter. Like, I'm sure that it's in real life it has these opposing flows going at the same time. Which one was unparented? Oh, that one. Oh god, what was that? Which one is it that lets you? It's an environment, isn't it? There we go. Traffic light speed 5 times. Okay, so those are all green. Don't think I did these ones. No. Oh, that looks right. I don't know London well enough to know where they are. It might be one of the curtailed routes. I don't know. Hmm. Down. There we go. Look, map work. Map not dead. I mean, a 68-second cycle is quite long, but whatever. Let's slap a bitch here. I still think that this is probably... well, I was going to say slap a bus here. And then I thought, you know what, I can make this sentence funny. So I did. Hello. I might need to do something about that. I have AI traffic on 1,000,000% at the moment. I think I've also got adjacent tile loading on 1,000,000%. Yeah, there you go. I have 3 adjacent tiles loaded. So let's see how these traffic lights feel. Yeah. Yes, Reese forgot to include the correct font for my cars. in London. I do need to make some more small changes to my AI pack for him. I need to sort out the texture bleed on the Mercedes and the Prius, because when you view them from a long way away, there's a seam line visible along the top of the car, which is not ideal. Hello, hello. So this is with absolute maximum traffic. And no AI giveaway settings or anything at all. Another thing I've noticed is there's a lot of Z fighting in the cabs. Like the C200 and the Evo City especially. I should stop talking about London beta stuff as if only Roadhog's listening. Oh. Oh. Yeah, no, it's not coming out before London. And there will be a lot fewer traffic lights to look at than there are in London. They are. I don't know why. But yeah, I haven't set up any traffic priorities or anything, so nobody's giving way correctly. And this junction is completely unpathed. In which case, I guess I'll just leave them in a functional state. Yeah, that junction is definitely better now. Right, okay. I'm going to call that pathed. Though what I would like to do... I can do this without breaking it. Let's just make our cycle lonk for a moment. I can do this without breaking anything. Famous last words. Hang on. Hang on. I know what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I said that'll do. That's good enough. And then I immediately started doing something else to try and make it better. Because that's how I do things. Hang on. Wait a second. No. What am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? So that and the filter need to... No, the filter needs to be red at first. Yeah, because I'm intending to have the opposing one green at the same time. Wait. I could have that green, then the opposing filter.
Yeah, Cheshire after you again.
Are they? Excellent.
Oh god, it's traffic lights again.
Yeah, but this time it hasn't broken the map.
Hey!
Flu jab.
Probably best to get that done.
I might actually make the yes, absolutely. I'm going to add 2 seconds to every cycle because this is a little bit stingy at the moment. It means the overall cycle is going to be longer, but it means that more than 2 cars are going to be able to get through at a time. These people are worried about it because it's been developed so quickly. But the reason it's been developed so quickly is normally developers of vaccines spend half of their time writing proposals to get funding and also trying to find enough test subjects who are likely to get the disease at some point in order to confirm whether they're actually still vulnerable or not. Oh no. But yeah, there's no shortage of either test subjects or funding at the moment. So they've been able to cut months off the process in that way instead of actually taking shortcuts. I'm just going to check that hasn't broken anything. Broken. Hello, Tiff. Hello, beautiful. Oh, that's where my running trousers have gone. Tiffany is sitting on them. I was wondering where those had gone. And I do have a cat with me right now. That's important information that you'll need to know for later. Right. Excellent. X1, Y1, X2, Y2. Let's have some sweet spreadsheet action in here. I'll zoom in so you can see it. Equals X1 minus X2. Or rather, it equals A1. Sorry. Diff theta rad theta deg equals C12 minus A2 equals D2 minus B2 equals A tan F2 over E2 equals that times YT over pi. Okay. No, they just release in general. Okay, so now what I need my junction editor. This one should be a bit simpler because all I need to do is do one traffic light phase, and that's for the pedestrian crossing. Where's my SDK? There it is. Then after this, what I was considering doing was trying to... what, the 23 hour? Thing is, it is a meme race. Oh god, I haven't shown you the cursed livery. Brain, yes. Cursed livery. It's very cursed. Like, you're not ready for this. There you go. This is the livery. It's deeply cursed. It's so deeply cursed. That's what we're running for the charity race. That's yes, you do. COVID-64, we are advanced. It's so cursed. Like, some people have made high quality cursed liveries, but I've just made a cursed livery. Can we just replace the engine sound with this? So, thinking about it, before doing this, I need to decide if I'm going to put this junction in as part of that. I think the answer is yes, in which case I need to do that before I do the pathing. Pep, pep, Pepsi Man. 36 meters. Yep. I reckon so. Huh, it's actually the perfect spot. That was a balk. She do kind of balk. She really do. Okay, so what happens here is this comes up to meet that. Yeah, we're hacking iRacing, but only for memes. Like, we're not actually trying to win by hacking, we're just trying to meme. $3.39. Pep, pep, pep. I mean, the thing that's even more cursed is that we're running a meme from 2016 as our main sponsor. No, we're not just running a meme sponsor, we're running a dead meme sponsor. But personally, I think it's one of those timeless classics. Do you think the guy who was just lying about being part of Add-on London is going to come back? I mean, I miss them. We had some great times, we had some laughs. Wee, wobble, wobble, wobble. So 77 meters. So this part is made in a different way to the other junction. The other junction was made using Street View imagery for scale. So everything there should be true scale. This one was made by fitting the general shape of the real world to the space that I had available for this older part of the map. I'll have to work out something better with those at some point. Or maybe I won't. Maybe that will be good enough. We'll find out. If I never notice it, then I'm going to consider it to be good enough. Like, if I forget about it and don't spot it while driving past, then it's probably fine. It's a good general rule of thumb. That'll be fine. Anyway, the thing that we wanted was this extra bit here. That's the thing that I was actually doing. So this bit will be behind a wall. A wall. So I can get away with doing this. Do you want to build a wall? And then at some point I'm going to need to fill in this, but that's less of an issue because I'm not going to need to path it. Okay. Brrr. Exactly. God, that era is actually over now. Like, isn't that weird? The Trump era is gone. Isn't that odd? Oh, Tiff. Yeah. But not as an actual president. And we say thank you for the memeing. Oh, right, yeah. So that's going to be North Road 1 that goes there. Right, it begins. Are you ready for this? Are you ready to rumble? Why is this template -1? Why do I fear that that's going to cause issues later? (19.42 yarder). So 180 minus 19.42 yarder. 160.58. 180. Sorry. There we go. That's what we needed. Okay, next. This one, probably Ramsey Road 1, Ramsey Road 2, yeah, Ramsey Road 2, Ramsey Road, oh bollocks, it's going to be the wrong way round, oh no. I'm going to have to make a second version of it, which is the right way around. Right, so it's probably a 2-lane narrow. Oh god. I think it's going to be that. Ooh. Heck. Maybe. It's a bit of a mess. Like, I'm still editing it as I go along. That's narrower than that. Okay, let's see if that fits. There we go. Guessed absolutely right. Hello. There we go. And there's actually only one more. And I should be able to use this one to do that. Sorry, no, there is one more than that because there's the end piece, obviously. There we go. Okay. Oh, what's this extra one for? Right, so the obvious place to start is by pathing it through there. Oh boy. Da, 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 da. Oh hell yeah, theta rad. You know exactly what it means. Like, you did part of an engineering degree. Damn it. Okay. This is going all right so far. Pretty sure that there are going to be vehicles smashing through this and that there's not much I can do about that. Let's go 350. Hey, that actually still lines up there. Can I... Ooh, I can just keep it going. Or kind of. It kind of gives up on me there. Well, only sort of. I'll just widen it out to 400 probably. There we go, sort of, except that I need to break this up. So 71 point yada yada yada. There we go. I bet that confuses anyone who opens them. How to make your scripts uncrackable to the average OMSI user. Work in radians. It's like how you protect things against Americans. Use the metric system. Colonel, we've cracked the secret Nazi code. It turns out that they were speaking in German. What is German? German. Isn't it odd that our word for, like, Dutch is closer to the German word for Germany than Germany is? I mean, it's all because of, like, ancient European tribes. This should be quite an easy one to set up, honestly. Like, I mean, this junction. It really hasn't been that bad so far. Alex is one of those. He's definitely a person of the nether region. Okay, that is going to cause problems, that bit there. Let's just try completing it like that. And then see if we can join that up. That'll work. Okay, so that's the easy part. That's all of the thingies. The car parts done. Now we got to do all the pedestrian paths. Should we just check if the car parts work first? There we go. I mean, it really didn't take that long, honestly. No, this junction has not taken very long to make. Why is there an extra path here? Okay, apparently there just is one. Sure. But yeah, no, this really didn't take long. This only took about 15 minutes to do all the road pathing. But now there's the pedestrian paths, those little bitches. Oh yeah, I need to put the deformation mesh back. Yeah. Because the junction editor deletes it. Delete. Oh, and I need to apply the... Do I need to apply triangulation? No, it's fine. I might need to nudge that along a little bit, though. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Pedestrian paths. Do not want. Both width 1 meter, radius 0. Why is... Oh, the width has decided to be that. Cool. Imagine how fast this would be if you could just use Bezier splines. Or even waypoints. There'd be none of this clickety 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 clickety. I mean, if there was none of the clickety clickety clickety, then nobody would be here watching, would they? Because that's what you're all here for. The rattle of a mechanical keyboard. That's the thing you actually want. Nah, you can't lie to me. I think I'm just going to make the pedestrians walk along the cycle lane. I'm not going to bother making them turn that way if they're going this way. These are all streets. These are all car paths. Yep. At least I hadn't finished it like this. The other thing I haven't done is provided room for this, but that should actually be pretty easy to do with the way I've done it. Right, so hum. Hum continues. That's going to be a bit tight there. There is room. This is one of those bits where I just need enough pedestrians to make it look alive. Damn it. I was hopeful. Damn it. Close. There we go. What radius did that end up as? 1.098. No, but it's not going to be 90, is it? No, it's not. Whatever. It's another of those bits where I need some pedestrians walking around to make things more interesting, but I don't necessarily need to have every single direction they could possibly go covered. Interesting. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Oh shit. None of this is correct. That's the one. Do 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 do. Okay, I think that's all of the pedestrian paths that I'm going to bother with. Because, you know, bits like this really aren't going to matter. It doesn't matter that nobody's going to turn left here and go across here. Oh no, there's one bit that I haven't done yet. This bit does matter enough. And the easiest thing to do is actually going to be to complete it to here. But everyone coming out of that road wants to go away from the middle of town. This is what we're doing. Okay, now traffic lights. So phase green for 5 seconds of, how about for 15 seconds of green, and then we go yellow, green to red for 3 seconds. The complete period is going to be like 30 or 40 seconds. And then we go red for 15, and then we go yellow for 2. Red for 15, yellow for 2, and then the cycle begins again. That's 35, that's 35 seconds. Okay, and then new phase, and then this is going to have 18 seconds. Then it's going to be green for 15, and then it's going to be back to red. And do this. So jump if no approach, jump to time 0. And it's going to happen at time 15. So every 15 seconds it's going to check for a pedestrian. And if there's a pedestrian, it's going to turn the lights red, let them go. If there isn't, it's going to jump back to the start. And adding that 15-second buffer means that it's not just going to jump immediately every time. Actually, there's a better way of doing that. So what I'll do is I'll have it jump very quickly when a pedestrian approaches. Like 2 seconds. That would be 5 seconds. 2 seconds of green, but then I'll add another phase at the end which blocks it from repeating. So it will never go twice in a minute. There we go. So now it'll respond very fast to pedestrians approaching it, but then it'll stop it for a period of time afterwards. And the other thing we need... Okay, that didn't break anything. Cool, because I've just remembered that I forgot to actually set which paths are going to be affected by the traffic lights. Traffic lights pedestrian, traffic lights road, traffic lights road. There we go. And then we have to put back this. Okay. Then these traffic lights should be placed after the junction. Yeah, that didn't break it. And they're staying green, so that's good. Okay. And is the height correct? Yep, the height is all correct now. And yeah, let's test it in game. And then after this I'm going to have a break because I'm trying to get into more healthy working habits. And instead of spending 6 hours at a time staring at the screen. Is it raining out there? Probably. By healthy working habits I mean I'm going to go eat a bag of crisps. Right, let's have a look. So nobody will be giving way correctly because I haven't set that up yet. But do the paths look like they work? Yes. That's absolutely fine. Oh, I need to set up the indicators too, don't I? Oh, hello. Okay, so apparently left turning traffic can clip through straight on traffic. And again. Okay, so those are red right now. Why are those red? Did I tell it which approach to check on? Oh, it's checking for it. So if a car approaches on the road, then what it does is it checks if there's a car, and then it stops the cars. So it's the world's most annoying traffic light. It literally checks if a car's coming, and then if a car's coming, it goes red. Yep. That should be all the indicators set up. Hang on. I need to set up the giveaway rules too. What? Oh. Oh yes. Yep. That ought to do it. We will see. I think the problem here is that there are too many paths that this could be checking whether it's colliding with. So it's checking this. I think that OMSI AI paths can only check for collisions with one other path at a time. So I think the cars on this path here are checking for collisions with the humans, but not with cars on this path here. So they're just driving through this. But then again, no, they crashed here as well. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I'm just going to extend these out. You have to be a bit careful making bits like this because you can very easily accidentally make traffic generators. Which, you know, might be what you want. I have, yes. Several times, actually. Because I adjusted it several times. Yeah, you can see this end is lower than this end. And this pedestrian crossing is on a slight incline. Which nobody is ever going to notice, but which makes me happy. Because there's a junction on an incline, and that's not a normal thing to see in OMSI. Just going to put in some bits of detail to show what's going on in various places. Like there is a car park here, a dirt car park, so I'm going to make it dirty. Okay, and that should be ready to go. Yeah. Hopefully nothing is dead. And hopefully this time the traffic lights won't automatically turn red as soon as a car approaches them. So these should stay green until a pedestrian approaches them. There you go. At which point they should go red. Oh, I haven't set up the traffic rules again for this junction either. Yeah, they're behaving reasonably. I think I might need to split this segment up though, because I think these guys are looking too far ahead to see whether they can... Oh. Yes, that would be correct, because these guys are getting priority over those at the moment, so yeah, I need to fix that. At the moment, the lowest priority people are the people turning in from the main road, but that's not correct, because people who are already on the main road ought to have priority over the people in the junction. junction rules that make a lot of sense sort of intuitively to a human start becoming very complicated when you try to explain them to a computer. So that should not be lower priority. This should be lower priority. Cars already on the main road should have priority. And yeah, we're just going to hope that this junction clears. There we go. That should be enough to get everything flowing again. Just have a quick check over here too. Oh, that would be why this isn't working properly. I mean, this junction's never quite going to be right. And this bit works surprisingly well, so I'm not going to touch it. Okay. It might be that having made this junction, I'm going to have to turn off the pedestrians again over here, because I haven't accounted for them at that end. Unfortunately, the cat's a bit far away for me to show her to you right now. Okay, fingers crossed. Crunch. Crunch. You can forgive things that go wrong during the first couple of frames. I mean, so long as it behaves reasonably realistically, it's alright. Like, so long as the vehicles don't actually try to murder you out of the blue. Oh, Crunch. OMSI's AI is great. It's so great. It works so well. It always behaves logically and according to the rules you set out for it. I mean, obviously I can cure quite a lot of this just by setting restrictions to limit the amount of traffic going in a certain direction. I'm going to make the traffic that comes off there have priority. Yeah. I mean, it's a computer program, so, you know, it does what you've told it to. It's just whether you've told it to do the right thing. Though, since you're not writing the program directly, it's sort of if the program interprets the thing that you've said the way you expect it to as well. Okay, so these get higher priority when they get to there, is the new rule. And I'm also going to give approaching traffic higher priority. Like, once you've got here, you are now the higher priority. Oh, he's back. Hello, have you been doing some hard testing? Ah, yes. Of course you have. Sticking to his line. That should make things a bit better. I still just don't understand the mentality. Like, what are you gaining by lying about this? What do you get out of it? I don't understand. Is it a sense of importance? I mean, if you genuinely are Jake on the team, then you can quite easily prove it, because you can just post in the server. Or Jack on the team. Because the thing is, one of the two Jacks has just completed the X68. So that narrows it down to one Jack. Clearly. Anyway. I'm honestly just curious about, like, what the mentality is here. Right, let's see if this works any better. Why are you waiting there? Why have you decided there is a good place to wait? This guy's got the right idea. Maybe it's actually waiting for this car here for once. Crunch. Crumonch. Crunch. Ah. Oh, I've just realised. Oh. Oh. Yes. That would happen. Yes. Okay. Yes. No, I just came to that exact conclusion. Yes. Of course that would happen. Should be able to do this without disrupting anything. That's 12.4. So if we put in a segment that's like 5 meters long, and then a segment which is 7.4 meters long, this is 10.530. So if we put in a segment 5 meters is going to be too long, 4 meters long, and then one which is 6.530 meters long. That's going to do it. And then we need to put the deformation back. I'm going to lose that There we go. And I should also do that to the Hills Road junction. Sorry, Hill Rise junction. Because that has the same issue. And the Horton junction. So this shouldn't mess up anything because I've added these all to the end. I haven't put them in between segments, if you understand what I mean. Oh, Tiff. Oh, she's so nice. Flash. Ah. Oh, I forgot this one, didn't I? Oh, well. They can just stop back there. That's not too bad. Right, let's see. Cars will probably still crash through each other because it's obscene they do that. But yeah, these guys now wait here instead of there, which is better. This guy is probably gonna... They don't crunch through each other anymore! It's fixed the other issue too! Oh, these guys are gonna crunch though. Cramonch. Cramonch. Yeah, that's consistent behaviour. That's really awkward to deal with because I sort of need a fourth level of priority. This is the kind of issue I should be fixing in the testing phase, not right this second. But if it requires path editing, I should be fixing it now, because if I lay out AI bus routes... Yeah. Yeah, the easy option is just make traffic not turn into that junction from that side. Absolutely right. That will solve a lot of problems. Just think about this to see if there's any... Yeah, I don't know why they're crashing. I'm just going to get rid of the right turn there. And yeah, we can just have one right turn at each junction. So we can kind of alternate which one we're going to use. Actually, what I might do is I might ban traffic from this road altogether because I want to put parked cars all down the side of it. So that solves that problem. So then we're going to have turning traffic here, so we'll ignore it here. And we'll just pick at random which one is going to lose its right turn lane. There we go. Don't know why it's happening, but this is my solution. And there's this mess. Oh boy. Just ban right turns there. That'll make it better. Okay. There we go, these should all behave themselves now. I mean, traffic coming from this direction should be pretty rare anyway, because, like, there's nowhere to go over this end, really. I'm tempted to put the bus bollards back in over there. Definitely only banned right turns, didn't I? I didn't ban... Oh, sorry. I definitely only banned them this way, didn't I? I didn't ban them this way. I don't think. Yeah, that guy's going this way. There we go. So now we can do a drive-through of this area and it'll actually work. Let's start over at the bit that I like. Because this bit is no longer my friend. That bit is going to need to go at some point. Yeah. They aren't parented to themselves. Oh. Well, she just went through that guy's bumper. Go on. I might need to split up that segment, because I think it's long enough that this guy's never pulling out. Yep. So this is the kind of issue that I do want to deal with now. Hello, hello. Yeah, I want to deal with this problem now, because if I don't deal with it now, then when I do deal with it, if I've already done the bus routes, it will be a pain. So the problem is this guy is looking too far along these segments. And the result is they end up being too cautious before pulling out. The solution is insert a couple more segments. The problem this will introduce is cars will now be quite enthusiastic about pulling out. But that's probably better than having them stuck in your way. What, London? I mean, since I'm part of making it, yes. I am testing it. Well, not right this second, obviously. Nope. No, actually, Reese has a policy of telling everyone except the testers when testing is starting and when the release date is. Like, I don't even know where the map is set. I think it's, like, Birmingham? Is that right? I'm pretty sure it's Birmingham. Oh, don't be ridiculous. Why would anyone want a map of Glasgow? I heard it was actually based on the Jersey Isles. See, as an Englishman, my impression is that Glasgow is basically a bar fight. Am I on the route 420? Yes, I am. You survived? Yeah, I may have made them too keen now. I mean, I can reduce the traffic densities. Right, let's see if these traffic lights turn red. Because there's a pedestrian at them now. Otherwise I might need to reset the approach distance a bit higher. Yeah, I think I need to increase the approach distance. So, a couple of issues. Now the AI has the opposite problem. Now they are too eager to pull out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reduce the length of these segments and increase the length of these segments. So now they're going to look 20 meters down the road. Or 25 or whatever. No, that one I already fixed. This shouldn't require any adjustment of traffic rules or anything. There you go. I think you found your answer. The thing is, London doesn't have time for long dwell times with buses. So you need to have people getting off at the same time they're getting on. And you can't do that with a single door bus. I mean, you can, but you have to shove past people. Yep. Yeah, the big problem that bus manufacturers have been trying to solve for a long time with London buses is that the bottom of the stairwell is in the wrong place for passengers to... So people boarding end up conflicting with people trying to get off at the foot of the stairwell. Which is why for a while the stairwell was moved to be opposite the rear door. But for some reason that seemed to fall out of favour again. Possibly because it made the tiny sort of cupboard under the stairs kind of seats that you got in the buses at the time. Right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to wait for a pedestrian to try and cross this crossing. Yeah, then you take away at least 8 seats. Or you have to lengthen the bus, which is what the new route master does. Yep. And yep, we are just waiting for a pedestrian to come and use these lights. See, that guy has a 50-50 chance of coming and pressing the light button. Oh yeah. It's riveting. There's a second one. We have 2 chances here. If we have 2 chances at 50%, that means that the total chance is 100%, right? That's how statistics works, yes? Oh. Oh no. He's going for it. The mad lad's doing it. And he can't cross because there's a car on the middle of the path. There he goes. Yes, it is. Though London is actually using a slightly lower quality version of it in order to save a bit of memory. So my textures are all 1024 by 1024. London, the London one, they're all 512 by 512, which is why they have slightly more in the way of texture bleed issues, which is something I need to try and do something about. I'm just going to adjust the timing of that because I feel like the pedestrian should be waiting there for longer before the light goes red. See, the thing is, they'd already entered the path segment for that, but I could make them stop a little later. Yes, I can. I believe that I've been sent the recordings for that recently, actually. I'm just going to increase that to there. And this will now be 26 point yarder. If you can't understand my technical engineering terms, then don't worry about it. I did spend 5 years at uni. I wouldn't expect you to understand my complex technical terminology that I use. I'm going to make it take 6 seconds. Actually, I want this to be at 1 second because I want it to be fritzing around here and then take 5 seconds after they've pressed it. Yes, that's correct. Yeah, apparently it's sort of a global thing that you have to set. I've never tried it before. But it is something that I want to do. Because there are some Hong Kong maps that do it. Yeah, apparently... Oh, thank you for following. I think I heard something a while ago. Oh, 401 followers, bloody hell. For this kind of quality content. Oh, there goes an Apache. Question is, when are we going to get to the big 420? Who is going to be follower number 420? And now we wait for a pedestrian to appear at this crossing again. And this time it shouldn't go red immediately. The strat. Yeah, if you look at a distance, you can see the Mercedes and the Toyota both have a problem where at a distance they get this sort of seam visible on them. You probably can't see it on the Toyota because it's quite subtle. You might be able to see it between the two doors, but you probably won't be able to see it on the stream resolution on the Toyota. You might be able to see it on the Mercedes on the stream because it's a bit more pronounced. That is a texture filtering issue. 420 for Christmas, yes. OMSI doesn't clamp the texture at the seams, it wraps them, which is useful sometimes. Why have you stopped there? Interesting. I will have to work out why that's happened. Yeah, she was part of the queue of cars. Okay, at the lights. 5 seconds. 5. And the lights go red. There you go. Excellent. But yeah, I need to work out why she stopped. And as per real life, the lights hold for an annoyingly long amount of time after the people have crossed. That seems realistic. Yeah, I don't know why she stopped. Because there's no segment there for her to stop at. I don't know. There's no traffic light there. There's no segment there. No. Okay. I'm just going to deal with that. Right, I'm going to have a break. Because I've been at it for 3.5 hours. I do need to do some more. But I'm trying to get into better working habits. So, break time. I will see you again in a bit.